to another episode of Blended POV.
Woo, woo, woo.
So today's topic is going to be about starting over. And it stems from, well, you guys know, but for those who are listening and watching, I have been separated for 2 years, and that separation has turned into a divorce, and it's coming to an end after 9 years with my ex-lover. So with that being said, you go through a lot and you start over in a lot of ways. So I want to talk to y'all about starting from scratch, whether it be relationship, work, relocating, all that good stuff. But before we get into it, I want to hear about a highlight or a gripe of y'all's this week. What's been going on?
I had a gripe this week, child.
I got a highlight.
Go first.
I'll do mine first. I got a highlight and like something good that happened or something I'm excited about. So my highlight of the week is we fucking launched our first episode of Blended POV. That's the biggest highlight of the week.
Okay. Yes.
And
Yeah.
hey, we got hella positive reviews, positive like responses. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting so far. But I feel like that's like a very big highlight, especially from where we started to now.
I agree.
We made it.
We fucking made it. And something I'm excited about, this might be silly, but I ordered a new hookah on Amazon and it came today. Then also excited that y'all, I want to show y'all because I this might be good for y'all, but Leslie, I added you on this group on Facebook, but I joined this Facebook group called like Black Women Who Read Too, or Black Women Can Read, something like that. But I got this book today in the mail, and it's called Stop Overthinking, 23 Techniques to Relieve Stress, Stop Negative Spirals, Declutter Your Mind, and Focus on the Present. And it's by Nick Trenton. So
why you ain't add me? I like to read.
Oh,
I like to read too.
Damn, okay, sorry. Leslie was talking about The Alchemist and all the other books like shit.
Leslie be getting folks in trouble.
But I will add that. I just got it today. This is it. You can get it off of Amazon. And I'm really excited about this because I definitely overthink a lot. So I'm excited to see what my what it could do for my overthinking.
Yeah, I think we all could
I hope it helps.
that.
Thank you. I will add you in.
Relay the message since I don't read.
No comment.
Literally no comment. Like, damn, bitch, I will add you. Shit.
Okay, who want to do that highlight next?
You go, girl. You go. I'm thinking.
So I actually have a gripe, and I was thinking about this earlier because I was like, "What's gonna be my highlight?" And I was like, "You know what? This is what I'm gonna talk about." So y'all know I work out every damn day. My gripe, is that what it's called? Gripe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Is men who do too much in the gym. Like it really grinds my gears. Grunting, slamming machines down, playing loud music, rapping to themselves. And then today, like I walked in the gym. First of all, people had they clothes on treadmills, like on the whole treadmill. Like how I'm supposed to run, and your clothes is on this one and you on this one. So let's practice etiquette in 2022. Fellas, like we don't need to do all that. I lift heavy myself and I don't be grunting and moaning and doing all that in the gym. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bitch. What you be lifting?
Girl, I could lift like for real, like it's crazy, but I could straight lift like 140.
Okay, bitch.
Okay, you can save a life.
You can lift me.
Girl, okay, I can push you on my back and do a few push-ups.
I know if ever we get into some shit, you can pick me up and I'll be okay.
Girl, I will carry you, girl. On the side.
You gotta lift me above your head.
Do you be like lifting when you doing squats, or you doing like lifting like
everything, squats, everything, push, everything you could think of, girl. I'm a monster in the gym.
Oh,
I'm like actually an OG. Like it's like a whole little clan of us that beat our, so.
That's what's up, OG. Original gang.
I love it.
For sure.
Okay, Lily girl.
Hey, what this week kind of blurred. The highlight of this week. I don't know. I got a new book too this week.
Ooh, share.
Yeah, All About Love. I always see it on everybody like top reads or whatever. So All About Love by Bell Hooks, R.I.P. So I'm excited to start reading that. I used to read a lot actually, and I just got out. I like switch TV with reading, and now I'm like weaning myself off of TV. So Another highlight. I don't know. It's just this week kind of went by fast. I've been staying productive.
That's good.
Yeah, that's the highlight. What's the bad word? The
Right.
gripe. Oh, my gripe is I started my period yesterday.
Oh, damn.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's it.
It's the worst. The first day is absolutely the worst.
Oh, I'm on my second. I just feel like a little bitch.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
okay. You
That's one
deserve-
thing I was telling Tracy. Like, I don't think I've really experienced like PMSing. Like,
I don't realize it
Mm.
after. Like I'm like, oh fuck, I know why I was acting like that.
Oh,
Really?
mine is horrible. Like when I'm PMSing, people getting blocked. I'm ending friendships. I'm snapping. I'm throwing shit. I'm annoyed. It's horrible. Like
yeah,
for
I
real.
don't be feeling like that. I just be wanting chocolate. And
Mine
candy.
is the week before my cycle. I just be emotional. I don't even like making decisions on that week. That week is rough.
Men don't understand, child.
They
Okay.
never will. Okay, y'all. So to get back into today's topic,
What's your highlight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
I forgot about me.
Mm.
My highlight, I woke up every day and thank God. And
Okay.
so far, I've tried to like do a meditation before bed, and I've done it every night this week. So I'm proud of myself for that.
Okay.
My gripe, I am just trying to understand how people are just quitting their jobs and still thriving. What is the secret? I just looked and my wax lady just quit. And I was just used to her, and she quit because she had been dealing with some stuff. But it's just an easy decision, it seemed like, for some people. And I want to know what the secret is. That's all. That's my gripe.
Girl, I wish I knew, child.
Right.
Yeah,
But
like,
you know what? I'm happy with my job. What am I talking about?
I mean,
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
You were so annoying though.
I mean,
Are.
yes. I mean, it's still just mind-boggling. Like somebody spilled a tea. But anyway, to get back into it. So my last 2 years have been hard, eye-opening, and transformative. And with all that, like I was saying earlier, you go through changes and you start over in a lot of different ways. You could start over with new bills you have to pay. You start over with living on your own again and finding yourself and filling time and all that good stuff, or weird stuff, I should say. But that's what brought me to wanting to talk about today's topic, which is starting over. So I have some questions for y'all. And it's not just about marriage and relationships, but just overall. My first question is, how do you guys heal after ending a relationship and or a friendship? I'm gonna go with India's beautiful face because I love that smile.
Okay. Honestly, so I hate saying this all the time, but I've been married forever. But
Girl,
I
you
will
love
say,
saying that. God.
I
We
truly
know
don't.
you've been married. You married. You got a husband. Okay.
I think the best way to heal after ending any relationship is honestly talk to somebody. Like I have been through things, not like particularly like breakups, but I learned like talking to people, like people don't just be telling their business. You know what I'm saying? Like you think everything is peaches and cream with everybody, but when you talk to people about your problems, you learn a heap of a lot of shit about what other people are going through. So honestly, talking to people, counseling, you know what I'm saying? Like I think all of those things are beneficial, but definitely talking to people. I've gotten through a lot just like talking to my mom and like some of my closest female family members about stuff that I'm going through. And then they start telling me stuff and I'm like, dang, I did not know you went through that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody pretty much be going through the same shit. It's just some people will spill the beans and some people keep the shit to themselves. So
That is good. That is so good. I love that. And that's so true. I had an experience with that recently. Like, what? You did what? You know.
you'll be surprised, child.
I would say, like, for me, it's more like to like, wait, the question was, how do you say it again?
How do you heal from ending a friendship or a relationship?
Gotcha. I'm more like a, what is the word? Like out of sight, out of mind type of person. So like if I stop being friends with you or break up with you, like I don't want to see you on social media. I don't want to like know anything that's going on because for me it's like a healing process. Because like if I see you, I'm gonna miss you or I'm gonna think about certain shit. So like for me, I like to like kind of block and I don't know, remove all that person because I feel like if I see it, I'm gonna be like sad and shit.
Yeah.
On top of already being sad.
Yeah. So like cold turkey.
Yeah.
That works.
I like that you said that because that just actually made me think. So yeah, blocking somebody, removing them are like some of the best things that you could do. But honestly, I do feel like it kind of makes it worse because if it's something that is just like for me, when I get mad about something or I feel I take something personal, I will unfriend somebody, stop talking to them, all of that kind of stuff. But I feel like sometimes, like for instance, when I'm like on my period or about to come on and I'm snapping, then like a week later, I'd be like, I did not have to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of make little regret, like I feel little regrets about doing all of that. But I do it a lot. But I do get that, like completely removing yourself from seeing that person helps too.
Yeah, on like a breakup, not when I'm on my period, bitch.
Yeah, you talking about like
no, I'm just mad at you over a week. I'm not gonna
mood
remove
swings.
you.
Like you ain't talking about moving on. You
like
be
what?
mad. Like
No, but I have though. Like seriously, like honestly, I've been off and on with people. All of us have. How many of y'all have been off and on with somebody? Come on, put them up.
Yeah, but I've been off and on, but like I'm talking about like a legit.
no, but you like it's. I think that the situation. Okay, yes, you're right, girl. Speak your truth.
Is your truth. But I feel like what Keisha was saying is like it's a 90s way to break up. Like back in the 90s or before like social media, you was done. You know, only thing that person could offer you was a phone call, maybe a pop-up. Now you got, if you forgot to unfollow them or whatever, they right in your face. And don't let it be with a new boo, you know.
Okay, that's why I don't want to see. That's why I be like, bye.
Yeah, so I feel like the 90s way of breaking up was pretty healthy back then. Now we all stalkers, you know.
And I feel like men never be done. Y'all might be done with somebody, but then men, honey, they start liking your friend shit. They'll start calling you again. Like shit just fucking they never give up, child.
They never
give up. Niggas, that's the one question I want to be asking men, like, why do y'all be coming back? Like, you do all this shit to come back and be like, I miss you. Like, bye, nigga. Bye.
Girl, it could be 10 years of marriage and everything later, and they still think they can get back. Okay, it's ridiculous.
They have whole kids and see you out and be wanting to get back with your ass, talking about you was the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't understand.
Talk about you looking beautiful. Bye.
Okay.
What you doing?
You know, giving out money, all type of shit.
Oh. Okay. Lily.
I missed it. What happened?
I'll tell you after.
Okay. Okay, it depends. It's easy if I'm ready to move on. Like if I'm done, sometimes I go, you know, for me, it's always hard until like some clicks in me, I'm done, ill. You know, I can't, like when I look at you, there's no fit, you know what I'm saying? There's no feeling. So sometimes it's easy. And one of my things from like one of my best ways to heal is like really to like level up in like in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like create something new. I'm busy like making sure I pull that off. You know, I think too, like just like especially like in romantic relationships, I think like when something ends, it can like really like affect everything, like, but especially like your confidence, especially if it's something you wanted, you're not sure why it didn't work out. So just like even just like focusing on me, on what I got going on, or what I'm trying to change, or what I'm trying to produce, or who I'm trying to be. Like once I find something like that and really like hone in and like just be like knee deep in that, that's what like helps me to move on. Social media is definitely a biatch.
Okay.
I hate the generation of social media and like dating. That shit is just weird all overall, like even from start to finish of a relationship or whatever. So I don't know. I think my main thing is like when I like, if I can like make my mind like focus on me and what I got going on, that's my best way.
That's
But a lot of
Being
good.
times
busy.
I don't move on till I'm like, I just snap. You know what I'm saying? Like some
Yeah.
just like clicks in me. But I do have a heart like if I'm like romantic things, if I'm like really invested in somebody, I really like love somebody, or it's that's not an easy thing for me to do.
Mhm.
Especially because I don't deal with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm never the person that's like, y'all know, move on and be with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Find somebody else to fill that space or occupy that time. That ain't me. So it's
It's
not an
heart
easy thing.
wrenching.
It
It
is like
hurt.
heartbreak is like really like heartbreak. Like you be feeling
Yeah.
like so like sick and just like sad. But I'm like you, Leslie. It's not easy to like move on from somebody that you love. But I think like when I am blocking somebody, it's at that stage where you like, ew, I'm disgusted.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's a
done.
wrap.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like,
Mhm.
bye. Yeah.
Mhm.
Tracy, I couldn't imagine like marriage though. Like, how do you? I guess I'm asking you, how do you heal? Because so many things are combined when you get married. You know what I'm saying? Like bills,
Mhm.
mortgage. You know what I mean? Like so many things are combined, and even like kids. You know what I'm saying? Like how I couldn't imagine trying to heal from something like that. So, like, what steps do you take?
Well, in the beginning, I did a lot of therapy before I made my decision and during my decision, but our separation wasn't traditional in my opinion. When we separated for like the first 2 years, we literally tried to work it out. We tried to figure things out and whatnot. Um, but what helped me get through it once it was like the point of no return was definitely talking to different people, allowing myself to feel and cry and do that as many times as necessary to just exalt that pain. Um, Talking to elders really helps, like mother figures and aunties and stuff, hearing their wisdom, going through it. Um, Going out, it may be a distraction, but going out and feeling sexy again, that helps. Um, we didn't have any kids, so that definitely made things a lot easier. Like grieving with that, I can only imagine. But I'm still grieving too. Even though it's been 2 years, going on three, you still have to grieve and recognize that it's almost like a death. And sometimes you feel like death is easier because that person is gone and they can't come back, versus you guys chose to end it and you both are walking around the world and not together.
Can I
Mhm.
hit on that, please? Just one,
Of
and then,
course.
but that is what, because I think both you and I like have experienced like death, especially close people,
Mm-hmm.
but I always like I do be like, I know that's like hard to understand, but and I'd be like, well, if I say it, I know a lot of people can't even like comprehend, but it is hard in a sense harder than somebody like
Mm-hmm.
dying, because my main thing is like that, like, people who have passed away in my life, that wasn't a choice of theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it wasn't a choice. Like somebody didn't sit and, think and overall decide, I don't want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? I can't be with you. I can't work through this. I can't. It's like, it's not somebody making that decision. So, and again, it's still somebody here living and breathing that you have to like literally, mentally, emotionally, and physically restrain yourself from reaching out to, talking to, looking for. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, it is like losing somebody, but a major like difference than somebody like passing away without
Absolutely.
attention. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a challenge for sure. My friends, family, loved ones, all of them have helped me go through this. Our situation was unique, so I would also say talking to my soon to be ex-lover, even talking with him about certain things helped. Oh, this is one of the most important things that really helped me. So before I made the decision, to not want to be married anymore, I journaled a lot prior to and even after. And like today, like it helps me go back and look and reflect to see why I made the decision that I made. It's almost like talking to myself from the past, because sometimes you need that reassurance. I don't care who you with, you go through. Should I stay? Should I go? Am I making the right decision? You're questioning yourself,
Yeah.
So reflecting back on myself is almost like, okay, Tracy, just listen to you, and also if it's really set in your heart, your being or whatever, to let go of that, and that, I mean, that helps, but you'll know if you want to stay or if you want to go or if you teeter-totter. All those emotions I feel like are okay and a part of the process. But most importantly, you're going to go through different stages of grieving, I feel like, with a divorce. And like I said, with kids, it's completely different. Even filling out the paperwork is trying. And because we didn't have kids, I feel like more than half that paper was about children. So I can only imagine that, like reading some of that stuff, even looking through the papers of like a divorce, the government is constantly asking, are you sure? Can you work it out? So I think that's encouraging that they're not just pushing for people to just break up, but needless to say, it's a process.
I would have to kill him because honestly, I can't imagine dealing with. I can't imagine that type of heartache of seeing somebody you love and making the decision, not in your situation, but some people where that person made the decision to leave and you got to see them with somebody else. It's a small ass city and all of that.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. Like, yeah. I feel like I would probably be on the news. This is my thought right now. You know what I mean? Like,
who would be bailing you out, bitch? I'd be bailing you out. So
I'm just making sure. I hope y'all would be helping me with
the body, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure. But yeah, I can't obviously, like, everything ain't peaches and cream. Ain't been peaches and cream the whole 16 years me and Spiffy been together. You know what I'm saying? So I know what like heartache feels like. You know what I'm saying? And that like it really does hurt when you go through something like it's like you having an out of body fucking literally experience.
The worst feeling. Like it
you not
everything.
yourself.
You are not your and you do shit that's like I remember. Okay, this is like a funny. This is like I'm grown now, but like I remember like one time like I was going through like a heartbreak, and to get out of work, like I like made up a whole elaborate story that like a family member was in the hospital and I like had to go, like because you'd be so like sick and like just depressed, like
yeah.
Period.
Okay, so like I got a question because we talking a lot about breakups, like we're in romantic relationships. Have any of y'all had like a breakup in a friendship that affected you in that way? Like,
yes, I feel like most of my friend breakups, I feel like anybody that is like that I consider like a close friend and that we like break up is like a heartbreak to me. Like it could be like even if I like stop being friends with y'all, like that would to me would legit be like a heartbreak, because like obviously y'all are a big part of my life, but I have had like friends that I become really close with, and it's sad that we aren't friends anymore, So I would say yes, like friend. Obviously, it's different because it's not your nigga, but friend, you can have friends, soulmates, and shit like that too. So
I can comment on this a little bit. So when I have gone through something, like I typically like I be in so much like when I go through stuff, I usually distance myself from people. And like y'all have experienced this because I went through something and I kind of distance myself from y'all. You know what I'm saying? And like you don't realize until you've made it through like how like things have changed so much, like that you have like, you know what I mean? Like kind of slept on your friends a little bit because you're so focused on what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to like rebuild. But like, yeah, I've gone through that. Like in most of my friendships that have ended, I feel like I was going through something in a moment. You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't the top of my mind because I was so invested in trying to fix something else. Whether it be like giving birth or something I'm dealing with in my marriage, like whatever the case, I feel like sometimes distance happens because you're going through something.
Yeah.
And like some
Right.
people handle stuff by taking a step back from other things. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if it's meant to be, y'all reconnect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And I feel too like sorry, this is just my last thing. Like I feel too with me, like kind of going back to what we talked about like our purpose stuff and things that we said about, like I feel like I care really deeply. So like if you like stop being my friend and we break, like it really like affects me too. And then I started thinking about like, well, were we friends to even begin with? Like my mind starts turning because I don't know. I feel like it would take a lot to really stop being friends with somebody.
Yeah.
I asked that question because I haven't had a situation where like any friendships that I ended like permanently where we didn't like we was mad at each other, we wasn't cool for a couple guys. I haven't like any ended any friendships personally that like affected me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was,
Cool.
you know what I'm saying? And I think like that, but what we talked about last week about like finding new friends. But I think that's why I'm like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Like I got people I've been friends with for a long time. We been through stuff, we get through stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just like I don't maybe and then maybe that's why because I don't know. My friends are like really important to me. And one of my things I like always say is like friends are like people that you choose. So like I'm not gonna be friends with, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be friends with somebody who we can't be cool with, or we like constantly get into it, or we don't connect well. So I think that's why like just like having that mentality, like I guess kind of like just protecting me from whatever. But I've been having the same friends for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
No
And I
new
haven't
friends.
yeah, I've been having the same friends for a long time. So I guess I've just and we, grown so much and gone through things and got through things that I really haven't had an experience where I stopped a friendship and I've been like heartbroken over it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I feel like nothing has ever been that deep. You know what I mean? Like any friendship that I'm not in no more, like it's no hate. It's just like we grew apart. Like it was never nothing traumatic that happened where we like hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? It was more so like, okay, these events happened and we kind of grew apart. Nothing to where it was like traumatic.
I've
I
had
definitely had
heartbreak.
heartbreaks, but that was like high school, like where somebody had done something like grimy to me. But then at that point, I'm like, bitch, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, deuces. But
Yeah. I've definitely had heartbreak with friendships. I've I've gone through different friendships and different courses in life, but the ones that really matter, it's hard. I mean, you're used to talking to somebody every day and a certain person adds a certain something to your life and you go without that. It's definitely some mourning involved. But you just have to kind of go through the motions and figure out like, damn, I miss this bitch, let me fucking fix this shit, or my life is a lot better without that hoe, bye. Either way, that time
anyway,
go
so anyway, bye.
Now let me ask you guys this. So for me, this is kind of, I don't know how hard, but I'll just ask. So how do you move on once trust has been broken with anybody you can relate to, but this is definitely going to be relatable for a relationship, or can you go on or can you not go on?
I feel like that's like a hard,
Crickets.
right?
Ooh,
I haven't been in a relationship in a while, but I'm gonna speak on from maybe like what I would do now. I really think that it depends on the situation and like how the trust is broken and like because what is it like? Is the trust broken because he lied about his age for 5 years? Like what? Like I think it like I'm just saying like I think it really depends on like what type of situation it is and like how long y'all been together. Like I don't know. That's a really tricky question because I feel like it depends on the situation. Like everybody's situation is different.
Yeah, I want a scenario. Okay, let's do cheating or finances. Those are pretty big. So if
Both of those, child.
Wait, like he cheated on his finances? I'm confused.
No. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna give you two scenarios and you guys can answer whichever one. So let's say you and your nigga been together over 2 years and he cheated and you chose to keep working at it and to trust again, do you know how you would go about doing that, or if that's even possible for you? Or if you and your significant other, boyfriend, whatever, you found out he wasn't paying the bills like he was supposed to and y'all behind, you know, this is more marital stuff, but just trying to put
Yeah,
yourself
like,
in
what
those
you want here?
shoes.
This is like
It's heavy, I know, but
very
I
heavy.
mean, the
I
cheating.
think that like financial things in most marriages, if y'all together for a long time, y'all gonna have y'all ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? I think communicating like shit like that, like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm having issues paying the, you know, I think it's important to communicate that. And a lot of men do not communicate well when it comes to financial shit, which can be
or anything,
like that is
most
that could
things
end a
in
marriage.
general. How about that?
Yes,
Sorry.
that could
Sorry.
like
Yeah.
literally end a marriage. So like I feel like it's very important to understand your partner. And I feel like after a certain amount of years, you figure your partner out, and then they also learn how to communicate better with financial shit. As you get
Because I
more
feel
bills,
like financial shit is way worse.
heftier bills and shit, like it's okay. We gotta have this shit. You know what I mean? We gotta
Yeah.
figure it out. We got a house, we got kids. Come on now.
Yeah,
With cheating, I think definitely counseling, being open, super open, not just like in the moments after you did something wrong, but like continuously doing the work to prove that you like in this shit for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? So like not being secretive, not like saying like your spouse needs to be all up in your phone checking your messages and shit, but like you just naturally not putting your phone face down or like being dishonest about where you at, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like it takes proving like that you're trustworthy.
I agree with that.
And I agree with Keisha, like it just like it's really circumstantial. Like y'all been together for years and he cheated one time and you know he vowed not to do it again, and you see he put in the work not to do it again. I mean, but it's still, it's up to, like, if that's something you know you can't get over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But if it's somebody that you've been with for so long, like I'm like I always say too, like you don't say you wouldn't do something until you be in that situation. Like,
Yeah.
just personally speaking, I haven't been in. I've only been in one adult relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't even had these experience, you know, these two scenarios that you like talking about, never been married, whatever like that. But
yeah,
I guess it really fucking depends. Like, you know, it's financial. Was he hiding because he was embarrassed, but he got some shit that he been working on the side that's gonna but he was trying to correct it before I knew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or is he stealing money from my account? Like,
well, let's hope not.
Stealing money from my account.
It could be so many different things. I think it's all like circumstantial. I don't even know if that's a fucking word, but yes. Shit, that's a tough one.
I love that you said don't say what you won't do until you've been in a situation, because life will humble the fuck out of you.
Oh,
bro.
yes, it will. Yes,
Seriously,
it will.
life will humble you and you don't know what the hell you will do in a situation. And honestly, beyond like cheating and financial shit, it's other things that can break a fucking relationship. And that could be like respect. It could be, you know what I'm saying? The way
consideration.
Generation. It could be something that the person did that you just, you know what I mean, baffled you beyond cheating and shit. Like it's so many things that could break a relationship, like, you know what I mean, beyond cheating and financial shit. So like it's you shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if it was a situation where like he wasn't paying the bills and we was about to get evicted, like that's a big deal. Like, nigga, what do you mean? Like,
what if you 18 though? Because bro, when me and Spiffy was 18, bro, our lives were hectic as fuck.
You learning.
Okay, so I was thinking of like from my age right now, like 34.
Yeah,
he came to me and was like, I ain't paid the bills in 2 months. We finna have to move. Like, bye.
Yeah, I mean, though all those situations can happen or are possible. But we're moving right along. So if you guys take a look back at your life, what's the biggest event or situation you've had to starting from scratch from?
I'll say having kids. Like, people don't think about it like that, but literally once you have kids, you are starting over like your life is not the same. You can go from literally just leaving the house, doing what you want to do, to literally you cannot leave unless you have a sitter, a nanny, like, or whatever the case. You got to take care of somebody else. Like, your whole mind state changed where you are constantly worrying about another being and having to literally make sure that this little person stays alive. So, like, I would say that is my biggest thing that I've ever had to do as far as starting over goes, or starting something new.
How do you pick up the pieces too? You know, like when you start over, or do you just say fuck them pieces and get some new ones?
Hell no. You figure that shit out with support. I'm lucky enough to have a spouse that is super supportive. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, salutes to any single mom, single father, whatever the case out there, because I couldn't imagine doing this shit by myself. Yeah. But like, literally support and like just talking shit out, because you know what I mean? Especially immediately after you have children, postpartum depression is crazy. Like, nobody you will ever understand until they're in a situation. And that's seriously something that you have to maneuver out of. And that includes counseling and everything else. So
I'd say, like, for me, the biggest event when I'm thinking of like how I picked up the pieces, because in this event, I feel like it brought me closer to God, was like my breakup with my ex in college. And Leslie, you was there in them LA days when it was like,
child, the ghetto.
I literally was so I was just so depressed. I was like, it just was a lot. And granted, like, the breakup was partially because I wasn't shit in college and stuff. But like, think of being with somebody for 6 years, like your best friend, like, you know, like plan to get married, like all this other type of shit. And then that just being like gone. So I think for me, that was like a very big, like, starting over. But like how I picked up the pieces was like finding my relationship with God and like building up my faith. I think in that moment, I felt because I did so wrong, like God was never going to bless me again. And like, it was the end of the world and everything. So I feel for me that really picking up the pieces really helped me, like, with my faith and like really growing my relationship and building my relationship with God.
That's good. That's beautiful.
I feel like I've had a lot of starting over moments. like so many. Like, it just, I've had a lot. One of them was a break after college, a breakup, you know, somebody I've been with for 8 years. I don't know, all my, you know what I'm saying, all my adolescent life, you know, and moving out of state, you know, by myself, leaving, you know, behind my family, you know what I'm saying, who, and if y'all know me, everybody knows me, knows that family is like literally everything to me. So that, but then in the midst of me starting over, which was a really good experience for me. So I'm thinking, you know, I picked up the pieces, I'm on a roll. And then everybody know the biggest thing is when I lost my mom. So then, like, while I'm in the process of starting over and I had like got to the end of starting over, I just start over again. So that was definitely, that was definitely, you know, A1, like the reason why, you know, the biggest start over in my life, most traumatic, I guess. And
how'd you pick up your pieces? How did you heal?
For real, like, honestly, what I said earlier about how to move on, heal from relationships, I had to find something that I could focus on. And like, and that's literally what it was. Like, hands down, I'll say that everywhere. That is literally like when I started my organization event, focusing on that, finding some other thing to keep a reason, a purpose, some task to focus on and keep me going every day. But more than that, the love and support of my family and my friends, because even without that, I couldn't have focused on creating what I have today. So like, number one, family and friends, and just being, I think that was the first time in my life where I started to be vulnerable. Like, always been private. Like I always say, most of my family, friends had never seen me cry. And so and then even just speaking to like losing my mom and how that made me feel. And I think even in the midst of me losing to my mom, I started being open about a past, violent relationship I had been in. So I think too, just being vulnerable, because like I think India said, like talking like that, just being able to feel free to like lean on somebody and like talk to somebody and bounce experiences off of somebody.
Yeah, that's good. That's true, man. It ain't no right or wrong way to start over. There's definitely healthy and unhealthy ways, though.
Let me say this sidebar. I would never kill my husband. I said that if
Bitch, shut up.
She's trying to get rid of the evidence. That's it. That's all that's about.
But
that was a joke.
Stop. I'm gonna choke.
It was a joke. But you know what though, India, like
That
for
was
real.
a blink, bitch. Wait, do it one more time, Indy. Do it one more time.
I don't really know how to blink, but you know.
Or wink? You mean wink?
Wink,
Or
wink.
Wait, can y'all wink?
Tipsy.
I cannot wink. Sorry, y'all. If you are listening, we are practicing winking at this point.
We are practicing winking. You just gotta practice, girl. But sidebar, what you were saying, like honestly, when you go through divorce, thoughts of like death can kind of creep in. Like another thing that helped me real quick was watching shows that are relatable to like my life or whatever. And I was watching Grace and Frankie, and who plays Grace, which is Leslie, what's her name? My bitch, I love her. Jane Fonda, fine ass.
Oh, I love Jane Fonda.
Oh, I love her. She's bad. But anyway, she was saying to her husband, like after he told her he wanted a divorce, she was saying it'll be easier if you died. Like that's a thought that legitimately comes through a person's mind, not to be all morbid and stuff. But I'm gonna talk about my life-changing event and picking up my pieces. Other than divorce, my life-altering event would probably be losing my mom at 15. That age for one is difficult for a teen. You know, your body going through things, you in high school, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot going on. Let me see. I went through so many different emotions that I didn't understand, you know, and I acted out. I was a hot ass, badass mess in school. And to my family, you know, I was just acting out. I was a little bitch, but you know, going through that, it's kind of hard to place those emotions in a certain bucket and heal. You know, I probably should have had therapy. No, I'm gonna say probably. I should have had therapy to work through that situation. But you know, losing your mother is your everything. It was your capsule to the world, you know, especially if you have a close relationship with your mom. You know, losing her is hard. Anyone who's dealt with that, and let alone losing your mother so young is it's detrimental. It feels like, you know, a lot of parts of me stopped back then and still haven't started back up, you know, because you're holding on to the memories that you shared and things like that. You're holding on possibly to still some pain and things like that. So anyway, growing older, going through therapy helps me reflect back then on the things that I needed to heal from still as a 30-something-year-old. As far as picking up the pieces, I feel really blessed to have God have placed, to have, what am I trying to say? To have had God place mother figures in my life. That was one way that I picked up some of my pieces. Like my godmother helped me through tremendously, and the amount of love that she has over me is just unreal. My aunt, you know, she was definitely the first mother figure after my mom passing away to help me build and grow through those things, because you're a lady, you're a young lady, you're still going through changes with your body, and not having your mother for some of those times it's almost like getting a puppy too early, taking it away from his mother too early, you know. But I was blessed and lucky enough to have women in my life to help me build and pick those pieces up and learn. That's also where I think I got my strength from. I think that situation obviously was very hurtful, but it built me into the strong person that I am today. And I'm also I try to take a bad situation, make it a better one, to be able to talk to people who going through the same thing, because it's not just easy to be like, hey, do you still have your mom? You know, like Mother's Day comes around and some different holidays. That shit hurt. It really hurts, and unless you've gone through it, you won't understand it. You know. But anyway, just when you go through anything, just find somebody to talk to. Don't bottle up. A lot of times we do bottle up, like Leslie was saying, afraid of being vulnerable. But like India was saying, like talking to certain people will open up some things to you never would have imagined.
Child, let me tell you, not even serious shit, but crazy shit you've done. You tell somebody, you be like, girl, you did that? Girl, let me tell you, you start being more vulnerable and talking to people, you learn a lot. So like, talking, opening up, like being more free, like not holding on to shit that's painful. You learn a lot.
Absolutely. And it makes you feel less alone. Feeling less alone is important. Sometimes when you feel alone, you just feel like you're the only one in the world that's gone through it. But closed mouths don't get fed, as old girl said from the Players Club.
Okay, that's my movie right there. I knew exactly what you were talking about. Yeah. I would thank you and Leslie for sure for being so vulnerable, because like those stories, man, everything.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you got to share, because you never know who's listening and who's struggling with that today, yesterday, or whenever.
And I'm sure y'all mamas is cheering y'all on and so freaking proud of the women that y'all are today.
Okay.
Beautiful Black queens.
You're so sweet.
Ooh.
Period, honey.
Yes, Leslie. Let me see you do a little boom, boom. Let me do a little fluffy fluff.
Yes, hair. Yeah. Okay. Y'all are beautiful. I would like to say that. Okay, y'all. So I got a special last question for you, beautiful ladies. If you could start over from high school, what would you do differently?
Lord.
Right.
Child, let me tell you what I would do differently. Starting from 6th grade, I would literally focus on my schooling and not no little boys. Okay. I wasted literally all of my middle school, all of my high school trying to be like, I told you I've been loyal from day one. All right. Trying to focus on one person when I should have been enjoying my youth. So like that is something I would have changed. Just being more focused on being young and free and focused on, you know what I mean, schooling and just having fun.
Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah.
I would say, and I don't know how I would have done this at a young age, because I definitely think it was like learned behavior, but somehow, some way, like just building my confidence at a young, starting at an earlier age.
That's beautiful.
You know, not body image, not like trip. Literally hating certain body parts, like certain features that I don't give a fuck about now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so basically, or that took me a long time to get to be able to accept and stuff. So definitely some kind of way, somehow, some building confidence at an early age.
I love that. That's so important, because so many young girls and boys these days are just some insecure and don't even know it.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say like having my own like self-identity and not like focusing on like what everybody else is doing. Like I definitely for college, like I chose my major because 2 of my other friends had that same major. Like I think I would have like done things a lot differently in terms of just doing stuff for me instead of doing stuff that other people were doing or doing stuff that my family said to do. I would definitely, self-identity would be a big thing.
Yeah. I think in high school, like 18, 19 is a tender age to put so much pressure on young people for like college. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? It's like, well, shit, I don't even know what color socks I got on today. Like, how am I gonna figure that out? But if I could change anything after high school, I do not regret my marriage at all. I had a beautiful marriage. Let me say that. Like, I still got love. Everybody know from Mike. Still got love for him in my heart. It would never go anywhere. But I would have gotten married later. I would have discovered myself to the fullest and learn myself and found myself. But sometimes at that age, you don't know that you lost. I really wanted to be a wife, but I think it's important to find yourself and know who you are, because it determines what you want and what you need in a marriage and a relationship and in yourself. You can be real with yourself and know what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate. You just make better choices. So I would have explored more in my 20s if I could go back, and maybe married in my 30s, maybe. I don't know, because 30s got a whole new little feel to it, just in case you didn't know. But
Yes.
yeah, just anybody in their 20s that's listening to this, if y'all listening, live your life, man. All that grown shit
30
comes
is the
later.
finest I've ever felt in my whole life.
Period.
Ooh,
Like,
your
fucking
curves are
period.
in and shit.
I feel like I look the best that I've ever looked.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's without me being like super fit. You know what I'm saying? Like all
Okay,
that.
baby.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I'm with you though. Like, I love like my little
Tell us, baby
30-year-old body. Okay.
I do
30s
too.
is lit as fuck though. 30s have been great.
30s have been pretty fucking awesome. I'm excited.
Well, I really enjoyed my 20s, but 30's cool too.
I've definitely had some down moments in my 30s, but it's cool.
My 20s was
That's life.
lit.
That's life. It's all about the
Lit,
ups and
lit.
downs.
Yeah.
I mean, 20s was definitely lit, but 30s is like a whole different type of ball game.
Well, this wraps up today. I love y'all.
Love you too, boo.
Right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. Make sure that not only you like, watch, or view, but subscribe to our YouTube. Please subscribe, y'all. And you can also find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah.
Each and every Tuesday. We in this thing.
Each and every Titty Tuesday.
Titty Tuesday.
Yes, come back to see who's dressed alike next week.
Okay.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Period, boo.
Hey.